Hey everyone, and welcome back. I just got back from a much needed vacation, so this video will not be a very long one, but I wanted to show y'all some updates that I did since I got home this past Saturday. So without further ado, let's keep this short and get on with the time lapse. So, as I said before, I haven't had a lot of time to build something major, but any progress is still good. And I wanted to show you some additions to the Hamphrey Valley. So starting off, the first part is this little guard area leading into A-Slung territory. This is, simply put, a checkpoint for travelers looking to pass through this narrow area. Guards from A-Slung would always be posted here, and they would take shifts throughout the day to make sure that they are well rested and ready to meet any hostile parties that might want to come in and start causing some problems. I do plan on adding some farmlands and fishing docks to the other side of this checkpoint, but those buildings will be the property of A-Slung residents that supply the city with foods, spices, and wood, so they will also be fairly protected as they are vital to the city's economy. That will probably be in the next video, but of course we'll get there when we get there. Next will be a small area consisting of two farm-like houses. These families are not associated with Dirkshire or A-Slung, but are just early settlers of the valley and whose families have passed the property down through generations. It's nothing large or complex, but rather simple and I believe pleasing to the eyes. These little additions to the world are really starting to come together, and I believe it's adding some much needed detail to Elmoran. If you've had a chance to hop on the server, let me know what you think would fit in best in this valley that could really make it come alive. And of course, if you like the progress we've made, be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment below, and stay tuned for many more videos as this world is growing slowly but steadily. Also, and this will be my last point, be sure to check out the Discord for information on the build competition. The College of A-Slung is up for grabs for anyone who's looking to have their build showcased and placed in Elmoran. The link for that will be in the pinned comment, so definitely check that out. But that's enough for now. Enjoy this amazingly beautiful music piece by our very own Jaggy Snake, and I'll see you again for the walkthrough. Alright everybody, so here we are. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse and that awesome, fantastic music by Jaggy Snake. If you did enjoy it, definitely he's gonna have a YouTube channel up and we're gonna link that in future videos whenever we use it. But I hope you enjoyed all of that. So here we are in the last video farm area, and I just wanted to show you where we're going. So on the journey map, you can see here we have a crossroads here, a little fork in the road. This is going to be what the little guard tower that we built, and then this is going to go across to the farmlands. So what I want to do is I want to take you up to the guard area first. So here you can see the fork in the road. We actually have a little bit of divvying in the fence here. This is using rustic wood fence and spruce fence, and it doesn't look perfect, but it just adds a little bit of a variation in the fence, kind of, you know, parts that are worn down and stuff like that, and I think it comes out pretty well. But we're gonna go up this nice winding path here, and you can see here I had to do a lot of layering, so I couldn't put too many decorations all around. I will put a little bit more once time allows it, but you can see here we just kind of have some basic stuff along the road, you know, an abandoned cart, just stuff like that to kind of add a little bit of a feel to it. add just a little bit of atmosphere. But here we are, and you can see right here, this is the guard towers. So once again, in typical A-slung fashion, it's lots of white bricks, white stone, things like that, just kind of going on with the trademark blue roofing. But as soon as you go in, you can see here, it's not necessarily intimidating, but it definitely, is kind of like, whoa, in your face right there. But I do think it looks pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you a quick little fly around first. And you can see here, they're identical. And I didn't include the second tower to the left here because it was just pretty much a copy and paste job. But here we have it all right here. And this leads to more farmland all the way out towards this area. So this whole area will be farming for A-slung and stuff like that, and it's going to come out really, really cool once we get to that. So what we'll do is, now that you kind of have the basic overview of it, what we're going to do is we're going to go in. So instead of having like a big gate or anything, because it's not to stop traffic, it's simply to just check people and stuff like that. You can see here the walkway is kind of a little detailed, and we have some layers here. We're just going to go into one. And like I said, they're copy and pasted, so I'm not going to go into both of them. But you can see here, it's a very small, cramped area. We have some shelving, we have some lighting coming through, just basic stuff. You can come around, we have a chest, we have swords, ladder, just another sword, just stuff like that. We also have supports going all the way up the stairs and the use of beams. But what we're going to do is go on up. And I wanted to show you, see, we have the holes. Now, granted, they are not for defensive. They're more for decoration. But I still wanted to include them anyways. And coming up here, we have tons of bow and arrows and all that good stuff. All in case somebody wanted to get a little bit of frisky, you could shoot them down and, take care of that. But I do like the way the light is and everything in the decoration up here. I think it looks really, really great. And what I wanted to do next is show you this little area. So this is the walk area. And this is also where you could rain down from both sides, arrows of hellish fury and things like that. And then, of course, we have the way into the next one, which, like I said, is a very copy and pasted job. Like literally everything's saying. I think the only thing that's different is this chest. So yeah, that's pretty much the guard tower. And of course, they would check people's identification and stuff like that. And so when they do go to that area that is A-slung's property, they can be they could be registered or have documentation showing that they're traders and things like that, or residents of Dirkshire or A-slung, whatever the case may be. But it's just pretty much to keep A-slung covered from attack on a different front. But here we have the walkway going towards the farming area. You can kind of see it way over there. And I tried to, once again, kind of add just some decorative features, have lots of greenery. This is a lush area. The valley is, centered through this river. So obviously it would add a very lush area and everything like that. But going down this way, we have a nice little makeshift bridge here that you can cross over. And just to kind of show you, it's very simple. Obviously this river is not necessarily for boats, but you can see here, it's just a very makeshift bridge. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but I do like the way it came out. It's a very different design from what I've seen from other builders, and I think it kind of stands out. And here we have down the road a little bit some decorations. Once again, this one was a little bit easier to decorate because it's all on flat land, but once again, just rocks, greenery, barrels, just stuff like that. It's very hard to add things to this road, to the roads in the game, without doing too much, because it's just there's only so many items and things that you can put on here, and I didn't want to clutter it up too much, but I did want to make it look a little worn down, and that people travel it quite often. This is where the pathway you'll see here will lead to some additional farmlands and things like that into this little hamlet here. But this is the area that we're going to, and look, you can actually see, look, let me turn on my let me turn up my render distance a little bit, and you'll be able to see the towers of A-slung, and I just think that looks really, really cool. Just hanging out right here. I don't know, it just kind of adds that scenic view, Look, we even have the stuff in the back. But anyways, so here we have this small farm area. You can see here they have lots of crops grown. This is turnips, and you can see here that it's, once again, it's very layered, so I could only do so much. but we have this nice little tanning rack area. This would be for dyes or even drained blood from the animals, because you wouldn't want to just have that all around your property because it would smell really, really nasty. But here we have the first house, and we're going to check that out right after we get kind of through this little area here. And once again, look, we have some hide drying out. We have some fish hanging to dry that's been salted. Now it just needs to dry out and be preserved. But as soon as we walk in this house, you can see here that we have this very nice weird watery effect on the windows, but ignore that. Don't know why it's doing that, but this is just kind of like a small little foyer area. Very simple. Then we go into this and we have the bedroom. Now this house is a little differently designed. We have 2 beds here. Very cramped area. I mean, very, very small. But then you go through this door and this is where the actual kitchen is. So, boom, we have this really cool fireplace, and this fireplace is what the tower is for. All the smoke and everything would go out of that, and it's just, instead of building like a big fireplace, I thought a tower kind of looked a little bit cooler. But once again, y'all have seen these kind of kitchens before. Very basic, very simple, has all the commodities, all the basic stuff. So going on out, let's see here. There we go. And we'll go back into this house in just a second. But you can see here we have some cabbage. I'm going to turn my render distance a little down again because it's starting to lag a little bit. But, we have some cabbage. We have some storage areas all back here. And I just think this looks really, really cool. I think I did a pretty good job on the space. I tried to clutter it up, but also make it very feasible. We have a little bit of barley here growing out, and this is where you could come around and get to some of this other stuff here. And right here, I thought this was just kind of nifty. It's like a little overhang just to keep some things dry, stuff like that, just basic stuff. We have some more storage areas over here, just barrels and stuff like that. And then this, I know it looks kind of weird, but I wanted it, this is a fodder layer. So this would be to house like manure and stuff like that and let it dry out so you can use it as fertilizer. But I just thought it was like kind of an interesting little thing. We have, this is the oak wood chair kind of on it, and it just, I don't know, it looks different. It looks kind of quirky, but I like the way it came out. And of course on the back side here, we also have some more beautiful area and storage boxes, all that good stuff here. What we're going to do is let's just go into this house with the beautiful painted red door. And this one is very simple. You have a kitchen right here, and I decided to use shutters to kind of add a little bit of a variety to the shelving. I think it came out pretty cool. I've never done that before, but I really like the way that it came out. Of course, we have a kitchen right here on the corner with a cauldron and all that good stuff. And then we also have the dresser in the bedroom area. So of course, we have 3 beds here. Very simple. Got some dressers up here for clothing. Have the dresser right here, a bucket to poop and pee in, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's simple, and it's supposed to be. So that's that. And of course, the whole thing is lined with the same wood logs that we used over in the last area over there in the original farmland, because I just think it looks really, really cool. But so this is the farmland, and I really, like I said, it's very different, but it is coming along well. I mean, I didn't think I was going to add all these roads. I didn't think I was going to add anything outside of Berkshire, but it did come out pretty well so far. Now, I did get a great suggestion on the last video about putting in a crane. I have not done that just yet, but I will be putting in a crane that will be able to pull up goods right here and into the actual silo there. And I think it's just going to be really, really cool, a really nice addition. And here, of course, we have the towers. So once again, that's pretty much it. I hope all of you enjoyed this video and the walkthrough. Like I said, if it's a little longer than short, I do apologize, but thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching the video. Give me your comments and everything on what you'd like to see built in this valley, and maybe some additions that you personally would like to see. Definitely throw some ideas out there. I'm always open. Of course, stay tuned for that build competition. It is there. It's going to be really awesome. So definitely give us your best builds. You get some free merchandise and you get your build in Elmoran. But this is, of course, the Legendary Porpoise signing off. I hope all of you have a good day and happy gaming.